So I saw an Instagram story from a local rider yesterday that my local jump spot's been flattened. So I thought I'd just have a quick pedal over after work today to go and see what the actual damage is. It looks pretty bad. Don't look like there's anything left from what I saw in his picture, but we'll go check it out in person and yeah. So yeah, just got here. It's all completely gone. All the years of hard work we put in digging and riding up here, all just gone to flat. Bulldozer's been straight in, taking it all out. So it's just the bottom, so let's have a walk up this middle line and see what the damage is at the top. So I hadn't really had a chance to feature this place on the channel yet, but this is literally where I grew up riding, learnt to ride, learnt to dig. Look at it, just completely smashed to bits. So this was the middle line. Used to be a fun little small step down the middle, a little drop off there. To be honest, that wouldn't take much to put back in. And then there used to be a big step down over behind that tree, like a 20-foot gap. But yeah, it's all gone. Well, there's the actual bomb hole. Doesn't look like I've done much to that. Wasn't really much they could do. Council have been filling this in with mulch for years, but there used to be some sick drops off the side. Be cool to get some of those going again. So yeah, pretty sad. It's all been flattened. This is where I grew up riding. I started riding here when I was about 12 years old. So yeah, it works out I've been coming up here for like 13 years, digging and riding. Had some really good times up here when we were kids. We used to come here every day after school and just session, take photos, dig, build jumps. Good times every day in the school holidays. Yeah, all those memories torn to bits now. This place has literally been here for like 30 years. It's probably one of the original sort of free ride spots in Dorset. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be back. Got a blank canvas now, so got to start all again. So there was like two main lines down through the middle here. One where you could just straight line into the jumps, and then one with a few berms. Looks like some of the berms are still here. The bulldozer obviously couldn't get up through the trees, so at least that's something. There's still a rideable line here, it's just no jumps on it really. Just torn down. That was a fairly new line through there that some people had built through lockdown. Yeah, all just smashed up, all gone. Yeah, apparently the Animal Orange team used to train up here as well actually, when Animal was based in Poole. I know Greg Minnar lived around here for a little bit, so some proper mountain bike legends have actually ridden up here, which is pretty cool. And nothing left to ride here now though. So a couple of years ago, me and a mate built a massive, I say massive, it wasn't huge, but it was fairly big, gap jump over here. I put in so many hours in the evenings, after work, weekends, building this thing. I'll put in a video, a clip of it actually. But yeah, I was planning on coming and resurrecting it soon. But yeah, all completely gone now, just torn to bits. Nothing left. I mean, I'm kind of surprised it lasted this long actually, because it was a fairly big gap. You had to be a skilled rider to hit it. But the way I built it, it was solid. There was no log sticking out. All the holes are dug, I filled back in, so it wasn't anything dangerous. We didn't cut down any trees. It was all built safely. So yeah, Pretty sad to see it go. I mean, I can understand why they flattened it. They've been threatening to flatten this place for years, but never actually taken any action. The place we're at is actually on a heathland, which is a site of special scientific interest, because there's some rare reptiles that live up here. But the wardens have always told me, as long as we keep what we're building in this little woods, out off the heathland, this side of the fire road, they kind of turn a blind eye to it. But yeah, through the lockdown, I know it's got really busy up here. Like, you know, people are supposed to be socially distancing. There's been like groups of 30 riding up here. Like, George came the other week, there's just so many people. So people disrespecting the trails, and they got no choice to flatten it. Yeah, so litter's always been a problem up here. That's probably another reason why they've decided to flatten it. In the past, the wardens have sort of worked with us, you know, us local riders that actually respect the place. They've always sort of cleared up the litter, and they've like said that if we clear it up and leave it in bin bags at the bottom, we just email them, they'll come pick it up. You know, they're happy for us to keep it clean and safe. Then, you know, they don't mind us riding here. But when people are just disrespecting the place all the time, I guess they've got no choice. Apparently there was a load of motorbikes up here at the weekend as well, which was probably just the final straw for them. Everything's gone. There's not like one little bit that they've left. Every jump they've torn down. I think through the lockdown there's been a lot of new riders up here as well, and kids digging, don't really know what they're doing, building random stuff, digging huge holes, like leaving holes, which is obviously dangerous. People walking their dogs, you know, come fall down them, or even a rider if you don't know it's there. You know, you could fall in that and break your neck. So the jumps they were building were pretty dangerous, had logs sticking out, weren't very well compacted or anything. But well, someone's already ripped all the signs off the trees, but I just found this in the dirt explaining why. But at least it's not all bad. I'm going to give these guys an email, see what they say. Due to ongoing criminal damage in this area, we've now started restoring this site of special scientific interest. Digging of any kind or littering will not be tolerated. Please enjoy the nature reserve responsibly. If you'd like to make any positive suggestions about where you'd like to see a cycling jump facility, please email your thoughts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fire them an email. It'd be cool to get this place built into a proper little bike park. It's got loads of potential here. Well, I've just spotted a flaw in their sign. It doesn't say anything about raking, it only says digging. There's so much loose dirt up here, you don't actually need to do any digging to rebuild it. I'll just come up with a rake it all back, pat it in, good to go. So yeah, only a short one today, just to film the destruction up here, document what they've done to the trails. Yeah, it's getting dark now. I just came up here after work, so gonna head home and see you in the next one. But at least the sunset's making up for that disappointment. Look at that sky. Been getting some really good ones up here lately.